Particular mission, that was my first pilot was Ben Bowles. And Ben and I went together initially for the SR-71. We were not teamed together, but we were Cease Braden and myself were the two navigators at Edwards. Cecil went on to be a full colonel. He retired in part a couple of years after I did and moved to Seattle area. And that's where that rascal still is. I've seen him at the one reunion that Jen and I have gone to. Really great to see him again.
Well, I think that one hairy flight you were flying with Captain Dennis Bush?
Yeah, that was Denny Bush. He was a really good pilot.
I bet you were glad you were with him that day.
Definitely, yeah.
And tell us what happened.
It was hard to remember. That was a long time ago. That was in when did I say I retired? 74? That was 1973 when that happened.
You were coming in from a mission, I think, and the crosswinds were pretty heavy.
Yeah, they were too strong. You were limited to 25 knots crosswind component. And we were just a little over 25, so we couldn't land. We had to dump gas to get lighter. So we dumped out maybe 30 or 40,000 pounds of gas. We got down to a lighter weight. At that point, the crosswind had dropped, crosswind component had dropped down to something under 25, like 24, 23. So we went in for a landing. And Denny Bush was the pilot and I was the navigator.
And you started coming in and you put the parachute out and the plane didn't act the right way?
Well, you would never deploy the parachute until you're actually on the ground, on the runway. And that was a very heavy parachute. I think it was 32 feet in diameter. So that would really put a huge drag on the airplane, and that's why you would never deploy it when you're in the air.
So once you did deploy it when you were coming in for the landing, something happened that you had to take off again and go around.
Yeah, the first landing, we deployed the chute, and it sheared, left the airplane. I wish I could have got off at that point, but no, you can't. You can't get off. You're in the airplane, you little fuck.
So he does a go-around.
Yeah, we do a go-around. Yeah, dumped some more gas out, got lighter.
So you're running on fumes basically for your last chance of landing it.
Yeah, right. So we touched down the second time. We don't have a drag chute now, so the airplane is gonna, when it gets on the runway, it's gonna run for a long ways because the landing speed is pretty high. I'm thinking it's like over 200 miles an hour.
Yeah. And so you didn't have that chute to slow you down, so what happened?
No, it just kept running. Actually, on that second landing, we ran off the runway. You could not control the nose wheel steering. So we ran off the runway into a ditch. And the airplane, everything went to crap in a hurry once we got off the runway. And then he said, you better bail out of this thing. I said, well, no, I'm not going to bail out. I'm going to just open the chute, the canopy, and by that time the nose and landing gear had all sheared off.
So you're a little bit lower to the ground too at that time.
Yeah, we were very low to the ground. Actually on the bottom of the fuselage. So it really wasn't that far to the ground.
So you turned that plane into a slide.
Yep. We were sliding off the runway and up very rough ditches and whatnot.
And you could see out the side, you couldn't see out the front, right? From the back seat?
You could not see out the front. I could see two windows, one on each side. So I could see the ground out there.
No fire?
Now the fire ignited after we were on the ground. Thank God.
So did rescue crews get you out of the plane, or you got out on your own?
We got out on our own and we were running on the ground away from the airplane because it was burning.
Yeah, you probably did the 100-yard dash in record time.
We were moving fairly quickly.
with that suit on too at the same time.
Yeah, you bet.
You couldn't pull off your helmet or anything either, right?
I don't think I did, no.
I don't know. Can you do that on your own?
Yeah.
Or do you need help?
You could if you needed to. But we did not do that. We just kept running with our full suit on, including the helmet.
Jim?
Yeah.
Why didn't you pull the ejection seat? Why did you just do the canopy?
Because we were on the ground.
No need, huh?
I was not really, I did not believe the capabilities of the ejection system. So I did not want to take a chance. Let me back up now. In B-47s, we had one B-47 that it's really hard to remember, but we were, I guess we were on alert, is what it was. 20 B-47 airplanes all lined up at the
wherever you were.
Yeah, we were at Beale in California, or not Beale, we were in Bunker Hill, Indiana, and all 20 airplanes on alert. And the IG team comes in. So they're going to figure out what our capabilities are with that airplane. Because at that point it was kind of unknown in the Air Force. That's really kind of hard to remember what happened.
Over the lifespan of the SR-71, there were 20 incidents where the Blackbirds have crashed.
Yeah.
And out of that, 4 pilots or RSOs were killed. And I'm sure every time something like that happened, you heard about it.
Definitely.
And
yeah.
They said, well, we need to do this or need to do that to correct the issues so
yeah.
it doesn't happen to us. Now, did that concern you gravely when you're flying? Or how did you handle the stress with that?
Actually, I handled it by not thinking about it. I just tried to ignore what was happening. You know, I really was not aware. You said 4?
Yes.
I'm not aware of that.
Yeah.
I think I remember 2 or 3. Do not remember 4.
And I understand that your plane was the last one to have a serious incident before it was retired. Is that true? Or was there anything after you that you're aware of?
So we're back in the B-58.
No, the SRs.
SR-71. SR-71.
Because it wasn't much after that. I think it was in the...
Well, it was, we were there for 2 years at Edwards. That was primarily all testing of that particular airplane.
Did you ever inquire or see any MiG fighters while you were flying the SR-71s?
I think Ben Bowles probably did, because he had vision forward and sideways on both sides and front. So I'm sure I think I remember him saying, there is a MiG out there, Jim.
So, and to counteract that, he just stepped on the fuel?
Yeah. Yep.
You also had a missile that almost got you. You
Went
saw
off.
missiles coming up.
The missile was in Vietnam. It went off about a mile, maybe a little bit less than a mile behind us.
You saw that on your radar?
No, I did not see it on the radar, but Ben seen it. He could see the airplane out there.
You saw it out of the window?
Yeah,
How many hours did you have flying in the SR-71?
800 and close to 90, 890.
That's quite a bit for that aircraft.
For that airplane, yeah.
Well,
That was all Mach 3 and above type flying.
honey, the plane that Ben almost lost, were you in that one?
When Ben had an accident